Yo, it's Guido coming at you with this tactics talk. I wasn't sure what it was. I think it's a I think it's a tactics talk. I should start over, but I'm not going to because we have Noble Wolf from Clan Film. Now, Noble Wolf, you may have seen his name on my introduction. He actually helped Fingolfin Films make my intro. So thanks to you. Shout out to Clan Film and Fingolfin Films. Definitely appreciate that. He's in his Indian Panzer Tier 8 German medium tank on Himmelsderp, which is not the most medium-friendly game. But if you take a look at it, he's got a great setup, top tier in here. But there's quite a bit of beef to chew through. Look at the enemy team. They got a Chrysler K and a Super, and they've got a type. Noble Wolf, anyway, has a Tiger 2. And that's all really the armor he has, except for the nice Indian Panzer, which has received a little buff in the recent past. I actually featured this probably a week or two ago, and I really like it now. I liked it before. It's even better now. But check out this paint job, and I think this is some of the new customization capability. Pretty cool, that big decal right on the front of that, and it's some kind of Anubis thing, it looks like, right there, and he's got a pretty interesting color. So I like what you've done with the place here, Noble Wolf. Really well done. See, this is what creatives can do. I would never, I don't know if I'd ever figure that out, but I just like that, actually. Got the 222 on there and the whole 9 yards. So let's see what Noble Wolf does with his Indian Panzer on Himmelsderp. And he's going to actually head up the hill right here. I'm going to say one thing, a technical thing for you. When you drive, you lock the turret, which in some cases is a good idea, but you'll be coming around corners with your turret locked. I would actually let the turret be free, and as I turn around corners, I'm going to show you what I mean right here. It's not a factor here because there's going to be no enemies there, but there you go. That's what I would be doing when I came around corners. I'd be looking around the corner, and when you come screaming off the hill, foreshadowing, you actually lock it like that. So people can play the way they want, and there's probably a really good player who's better than me that locks his turret forward, and maybe Noble Wolf is that guy. But I think in general, if you're pointing your turret where the threat's going to come from, you're going to have more options, i.e. when you come around corners. I spent a lot of time talking about that. Take it or leave it. That's just kind of a little observation I had. Number 2, good Lord, get rid of the binocs. You know, sometimes people just don't have the money. You know, they're playing a free-to-play account or they don't want to spend the silver, yada, yada. I got it. Binocs on this thing, very limited. If you're going to run equipment, run optics. If you're looking for more vision, run optics. But again, for what it's worth, I would get rid of some of the HE and I would run more, at least, APCR. It's not going to matter today because you do a nice job with it. He's actually going to select HE in a couple cases, or at least one where it's going to work. Now, we came up the hill and I was yapping. Get control of this thing right here. The Skoda T27 said something like, hey, I'm top tier. I'm so excited. So we'll see how he does. So far, so good. Looks like they got the Lorraine to shoot all his shots, and now he's making a runner, but he's not going to get away. The enemy team just did not invest anything in the top, and they're going to pay dearly for it. Boom. And it looks like over on the west side, the enemy team is ahead. This was interesting to me. The artillery comes in and gets a little stunned. Instead of poking over and shooting down, which this thing actually does a decent job of, you're going to eschew that. Eschew and down the hill. This is what I was talking about with the turret locked forward. In this case, I would definitely be looking around this corner. As I came around this corner, my turret would be right here, just in case I see somebody and get a shot off. Because this is a place where you might expect somebody to be waiting for you. They are not. Now, this was very interesting to me. I'm not sure why you did this, but let's talk about it. You're going to come across. Okay, you didn't take a right turn. Fair enough. And I'm thinking, oh, he's going to come all the way around behind him. And we're coming here. I see that King Tiger. That King Tiger is sitting there on the mini-map. We come around here, and there he is right there. I would definitely have stopped and started shooting into that guy's rear. Start taking hit points off of him. But what happens is kind of interesting because you keep going. You actually get clipped by that guy. And then we find a Su-130 PM. And I don't know what this guy's looking at. I guess people up on the hill. He is surprised. You shoot him. There's a Hummel sitting there. We ram him. He actually bounced. Look at that. Remember the armor I talked about? And then we get a little bit of trouble here trying to figure out how to kill this guy. There we go. And he actually finally gets a big shot into us. Boom. Now we got 2 arties to deal with. We shoot HE. The HE coming at us. And then we got HE loaded up. And we're going to go ahead and let the Hummel have some lovely HE. And we actually pin and roll nicely. We get 300 out of him, so that would not have happened with AP, provided somebody else didn't hit him at the same time. And then boom, down goes that guy. So now that guy be dead. And we move on. And this is a great example of the mobility of a medium. Again, I would have stopped and probably engaged the captured Tiger, but maybe then the Su-130 comes around, gets an early hit on you, and now has the advantage. So it ended up working out. It was kind of interesting. I like what you do here. You come around, you shoot him, you get a track, and then you move around his turret. So you start working that speed. Unfortunately, we get one more into him, and then we get a little goobered up here. I would have backed out of this instead of getting clinched up with him. You know, we can't quite get through his turret, and I thought, oh crud, we're going to die here. But it turns out that a buddy helps you. He just doesn't quite have the reload to get inside of your friend's shot. And we're going to come up this little ramp. Looking good, 2,470. We're going to do a nice job of aiming in here and picking a piece off of the ARL. I might have waited a little longer there to get zoomed. Look how nice and tight that dispersion is on that gun. And then that guy dies. And now we're going to get a hero shot. Wait for it. There we go. Hero shot. Sometimes you just got to admire yourself, Noble Wolf. You know what I mean? Look at the two holes in the hole right there. Holes in the hole. The nice Anubis thing. Let's see. How much hero shooting do we do? Do we get the good side? No, right down the old eyeball. There we go. Nicely done, man. Good game. Good example of using a medium's mobility. My only quibble was the turret thing, some of the equipment choice there, and I probably would have engaged the King Tiger, but maybe had I done that, the 130 would have seen me and then come around and put a big hit on me. So not a bad job overall. I do appreciate you sending that in. Like I said, again, I do appreciate the help that you gave on the intro. And I have seen you on stream, so I appreciate all that kind of support. For everybody else, thanks for coming by. We will see ya.